Hey guys, we are back with episode 3 of Truth. What are we going to talk about today here on Truth, Justin Stahl's podcast, aka Wolfpack 92's podcast? In case you're wondering, if you want to watch all my podcasts, they immediately go on YouTube after I'm done going live. So, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Second Amendment. One of my favorite subjects that a lot of people, it's very controversial. And a lot of people get very, very angry about when you try to say it's not a privilege. Let me put it this way. The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, that was put so each state can have its own regulated militia against a tyrannical government. It has nothing to do with hunting. And as much as the stupid Democrats want to make you think it's a privilege, any anti-gun Republican is going to make it seem like it's a privilege. It is not a privilege. It is a right given by our founding fathers. They found that was the second most important thing to be included on our Constitution. I'm very pro-gun. You know who else is pro-gun? Iraq veteran 8888. Demolition Ranch. Hickok 45. Brandon Herrera. It's a fight for our rights. It's a fight for our rights that never seems to go away. Because a lot of anti-gun Democrats do. I'm probably gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I don't care. When a mass shooting happens, who do they pin the blame on? Not the shooter. He already had his blame. Where is the other blame? Well, if criminals would not legally buy... Let me put it this way. A criminal is not going to legally go and buy a gun. They're going to get it off the black market, and they're going to get it off some other way, or they're going to steal it. Okay? They're not going to buy a gun to go do something with. I mean, they might. But with how the background checks are nowadays, I doubt it. I am a firm believer in the right to bear arms and the right to protect your own by any means necessary. So what do these anti-gun politicians want to do? They want to strip American citizens of their rights to bear arms, so they can do what they want. Let me put it to you this way. A government who wants to take your guns is not your friend. Because let me put it this way. When they have, let's talk about Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke. Hell yes, I'm going to take your AR-15s, your AK-47s. The hell you are. That is what 90% of the freaking country was thinking. The hell you are. Actually, he had someone tell him straight up that hell no, you ain't taking my guns. Okay, and speaking of Beto O'Rourke, that's why I'm gonna say this. I'm not voting Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden is endorsing what O'Rourke said. I don't want him to win. That's enough about politics right now. Well, actually, politics and gun rights in the Second Amendment go hand in hand. I am super duper pro-gun. I support everything pro-Second Amendment. And if anybody who is anti-gun, I try to enlighten them. Like, it's not anti-gun. Being pro-gun does not mean you enjoy hurting people. It means you enjoy going out to the range, loading up a magazine with an AR-15. Oh no, I talked about ARs. Yeah, they're copied under the Second Amendment. And I'll get to that. They're protected under the Second Amendment, and they should always be protected. Being pro-gun really means you are into being a free American. What do you mean by free? You're able to load up a 30-round AR-15 magazine, load it, and pop a couple soda cans down a range. Unless you are a gun owner, you don't know all the freedoms that this country has to offer. And here's the other thing: when you have a gun and there is a potentially dangerous situation, and you're not the dangerous one, guess what? You're more likely going to be the one that can help. I forget where this was. Somebody in the comments, please let me know. There was some dude who came into a church with a gun looking to start shooting at the place. Some old dude, I don't know how old he was, but I do remember hearing about this. Drew his Glock, shot that guy in the head, and stopped a potentially tragic situation. That is what law-abiding gun owners do that have it. That is what law-abiding gun owners are all about. It's about protecting your community and your friends and your family, not going out and just starting shooting up random crap. But the way a lot of gun legislation is swept in is feel-good legislation. Now, it hasn't happened in a while, but it has. Look at the 94 assault weapons ban. That wasn't even feel-good legislation. That was backdoor legislation. They swept that in under the rug, I believe, Christmas Day of 1993. And it did nothing to stop crime. There have been studies on this. It did nothing to stop crime. It did nothing to stop violent crime at all. All it was a shot from Democrats, namely the Clintons, at the gun owners. Well, not at the gun industry itself. As you can tell, I am not a big fan of Hillary Clinton. I don't think she's a nice lady. I think she's very mean and very, very has that I'm better than you attitude. Especially when it comes to being anti-gun. Because what these politicians act like is anybody can go to the store and buy a machine gun. No. Machine guns are a NFA controlled weapon. After 1986, this is what happened. The president at the time signed a ban for manufacturers so they can no longer put any new machine guns onto the civilian market. And if they were made before 1986, they were grandfathered in. That's why machine guns run a lot of money. I think Demolition Ranch bought his Uzi for $15,000. I think an full auto AR-15 goes for about $40,000, maybe more. But what can we do? What can us, as the pro-gun guys, the 2A community, do to help combat these unconstitutional gun laws? Because they're unconstitutional. Attack, because they're unconstitutional. Look at what Beto O'Rourke wanted to do. You're going to come confiscate every American's AR-15s and AK-47s? How are you going to do that? More importantly, how are you going to do that without enticing an uprising? Because you start taking people's guns, people are going to be literally fighting for their rights. But how can we do this? We can go to protests, we can more or less take a stand and say, hey, with all the crap that's going on right now, all the riots, all the crime, I want an AR. You're going to need an AR-15 more than ever. here's the thing. I am very, very pro-gun. I'm very, very American. I'm very, very American. That's the good way to put it. I love firearms. I am a very, very strong supporter of the Second Amendment. I'm not. I don't move an inch on the way I'm saying. And that is, leave the gun rights alone, you friggin' Democrats. All you Democrats who think, oh, America should be a gun-free country, to hell with you. This country was... guns are one of the backbones of America. They are one of the things that help set America apart from every other country on this planet of ours. I am super pro Second Amendment. What can we do? We can support guys like the NRA. They have screwed up a couple times, but the NRA, Gun Owners of America, and just pretty much show that, hey, we're not moving on the Second Amendment. I know a couple people who, they said, turn in your guns tomorrow. I know a lot of people around here. I know a lot of people that I know will be lining up around the corner. Well, the government doesn't want me to have them. If the government doesn't want you to have them, there must be a good reason they don't want you to have them. And by good reason, I mean not good reason. Because let me put it this way. Guns are one of the only things that keep the United States government from completely controlling us. It's one of our freedoms. And every now and then, that always seems to be like the holy grail of our rights they can take away, is our right to own firearms, our right to own AR-15s and AK-47s and stuff like that. What do you think they're gonna do when they get the so-called assault weapons out of able not to be sold? They're gonna be coming after your hunting rifles and your shotguns and your pistols next. That's what's coming. That's what they're going to be going after next. So, in the end, what can we do? We can be very, very, we can keep fighting for our rights and keep saying we don't move an inch on gun rights. You're not taking my guns away, and you're not taking, anything else away from us. So I thank you guys for watching this. If you did enjoy these podcasts, please be sure to leave a comment down below. As I said, very pro-gun, and I want to be pro-gun for the rest of my days, and I'm going to be. So I will see you next time. Wolfpack 92 out.